Praise Yahweh, saints. My name is Misty Picon, from Lubbock, Texas. Um, I came in the church in 2016. Before then, I had been praying and praying for many years, asking um, God if there really was a God to come into my life, to come and, help me with my husband. Help me and my husband. Um, Me and my husband had been having a lot of problems. We had been together already 16 years, and we had been having a lot of problems getting along. And when I had been praying, I didn't know that my husband had been praying as well on his own. We never spoke about it. We were already at the point in our relationship where we were about to separate. But like I said, I was praying and he was praying, and neither one of us knew that we never talked to each other about it. But I'm so thankful for the church because Yahweh came into our life, not in a way that I expected ever. Um, it was through Apostle Washington. Um, when I met Apostle, he was just in. When I met him, he was just a man. This is what I thought. He's just a man, a black man at that. He doesn't know anything about our religion or our heritage. How's he gonna come and tell us how to praise God, to be? I thought it was, you know, he doesn't know anything. I thought it was like a cultural thing. Like he's probably been raised and praises God one way, and we've been taught and raised to do another. But one day I was at home by myself. I hadn't really met Apostle. I had seen him at my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law's house. He was teaching them. He was starting to fellowship with them and teach them. And I had not spoke to him, and I was fighting with him in my head. I never even really had a conversation with him, and I was fighting with him and saying, who does he think he is? Who's this man? And he, mind you, he never even told me anything, but I was fighting with him in my own head and actually out loud. And one day I was at home by myself. My kids had went to school. My husband had went to work, and I was fighting with him in my own. And I was cleaning my stove, and all of a sudden I heard a voice say, "You asked for this." And it scared me. I looked and I thought to myself, I don't know what that was. So I continued on to clean my stove, and then I was still fighting with Apostle in my head, out loud, still talking to myself out loud. And then I heard it a little bit louder, and it said, "You asked for this." And in that moment, I dropped my scrubber and I looked around outside, inside, and then I even ran outside because I thought somebody was in the room with me. And I scared myself. I came back in, and then I called my husband and I said, I really think that we should listen to this man. And my husband was like, "What man?" He was confused. He said, "What man?" And because I had called him and I was crying. And he said, "What man?" And I said, "This black man." I said, "I think we should listen to him." So my husband said, "Well, if that's what you want to do." So we ended up going to my sister-in-law's house, because this is where he was staying at, because he was fellowshipping with them and teaching them, Bible studies and stuff like that. So when we show up there, they invite us to a barbecue, and we show up there. I thought he had already gone. I thought he had already left home. And we show up, and Apostles there and some brothers and sisters, and I'm looking around and I'm like, who are these people? Why does my sister-in-law have them in her house? So I was like, they don't normally have a bunch of strangers in their house. What's going on? So we sat down and we had they were having a barbecue, so we sat down and we ate with the apostle. And I'm just so thankful for that, because my husband was a very jealous man. So he was really shocked that my sister-in-law had told me to give this plate to Apostle Washington. And so when she handed me the plate, I looked and I was like, okay. And so I handed it to Apostle, and my husband, my husband, like I said, he was a jealous man, but like, as far as like, you don't do anything for another man before your husband, And so when I handed the plate to Apostle before my husband just looked at me and got angry. And I'm so thankful because Apostle was able to, I guess Yahweh spoke to Apostle, and Apostle, seeing how my husband reacted. And Apostle told my husband to eat his food, that there was plenty. Well, in the conversation, throughout the meal, my husband had, relaxed and had felt a little better, I guess. And my husband's not a person that will listen to if he's angry or he's upset, that's how he's going to stay until he's feeling better. And he was able to get past feeling like that. And so I'm very thankful, because the way Yahweh came into our life, it was not the way I would have ever suspected or expected for Yahweh to come into our life. But I truly, truly am thankful, because since 2016, we have been in this way, and we have learned so much. We've learned so much. I never knew much about the Bible. My husband knew a little, but I never knew much about it. And in this way, I have learned so much things. And not only have I learned, I've seen I've seen examples on how and what Yahweh wants his people to be. And not only for the church, but he wants this from everyone around the world, from each of us, each person. He wants this. But I am truly, truly thankful that Yahweh had come into my life and into my family and chose us to be servants of him. So I just am very thankful, because without Yahweh helping and guiding me and my husband, we would have done separated, and our family would be torn up like a lot of families out there. So I'm just so thankful for the many blessings that I have received in this way, just by learning of Yahweh's ways. I have so many more stories and so many more testimonies of Yahweh's goodness. And I thank Yahweh so much. This is what keeps me going. It keeps me devoted to Yahweh, is remembering his goodness and remembering his grace and his mercy that he had for my family. And so I just really, really know that without Yahweh in my life, we would have been a torn family. We would have been a family separated and divided. And I'm so thankful that my children are in a home being raised with the mother and the father that love each other. And I'm just so thankful for the church, for the teachings that we get. I've never, ever been in another place where I've seen so much love, so much honor for everybody. Everybody, respects each other. Everybody loves each other. And it's Bible. It's how we're taught we should be with one another. And I truly am so thankful for all that Yahweh has done for me. Yahweh bless. Peace be.